How to apply for a U.S. green card. So, to apply for a U.S. green card or permanent residency, you generally need to have a qualifying relationship with a U.S. citizen or green card holder, or be sponsored by an employer or qualify for special immigrant status. The process involves filing an immigrant petition, submitting an application, attending an interview, and potentially a biometrics appointment. So here's a more detailed breakdown so you could understand it. So first is qualifying for a green card. So it may be family based, or you can qualify if you are a spouse, child, parent, or sibling of a US citizen or green card holder. Next is employment based. So an employer can file a petition on your behalf if you have a job offer in a field requiring skilled labor and meet certain requirements. Next is special immigrant. So certain individuals, such as religious workers or those with a special relationship to a U.S. military personnel, may qualify for a special immigrant status. Next is the investor visa. So in some cases, you may be able to qualify for a green card based on significant investment in the US. Next is filing an immigrant petition. So for the Form I-130, which is the petition for alien relative. So if you are applying based on a family relationship, a US citizen or green card holder will file this form with the USCIS or the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Next is a Form I-140, which is if you are applying based on employment, your employer will need to file this form. And other petitions like the Form I-360. So depending on your specific situation, you may need to fill out these kind of forms. And next is applying for a green card. So the Form I-485, which is the application to register permanent residence or adjust status. So if you are in the US, you will typically file this form with the USCIS. And the Form DS-260, and so if you are outside the US, you will apply for an immigrant visa through the US Department of State. So this is their website, which is travel.state.gov. And next is additional steps. So for the biometrics appointment, you may need to provide fingerprints, photographs, and signatures for security checks, and also the interview. So you will need to attend an interview with the USCIS or a consular officer to verify your information and eligibility. And the waiting period. The processing time for a green card can vary depending on the type of application and the backlog in each category. And these are important considerations you need to remember. So the admissibility. So you must be admissible to the US for permanent residence, which means meeting certain requirements related to criminal history, health, and other factors. Next is the visa availability. So in some cases, there may be a waiting period if there are more applications than available visas in a specific category. And of course, the fees. There are various fees associated with the green card application process, including filing fees and medical examination costs, and the financial support. If you are sponsored by a US citizen or green card holder, they must demonstrate their ability to provide financial support for you. And for a more detailed information and specific instructions, it is highly recommended that you visit these sites. So the official website of USCIS, so just uscis.gov, and the US Department of State, which is travel.state.gov. So here are the websites. So you make sure that you read out through all the information right here. So you could check out the forms. If you click all forms, you can see all of the forms right here. And of course, so that you could read after the process on how to get how to apply for a green card. And here's the travel.state.gov, which is the US Department of State. So you just simply read out all through the needed information right here to help you get through the process. And that is basically it.